What's going on? It's your girl Fathom DJ in the building. I am trying so hard to hold my tongue. I really am. Because I know what is right. I know what is true. I know what is important. And I know what I see. And what I see, unfortunately, is my friends and colleagues allowing themselves to be belittled, to be deemed as worth less than what I know that we are worth, based on the concept of working. I know there are bigger machines. We know that there are bigger corporations and machines that we cannot fight against. But we need to have some sense of morals. We have to have some sense of respect for ourselves. And we have to put our foot down about some things that we are not willing to do for the art and the love of ourselves. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm an independent contractor. My goal is to gain exposure as well as funding for my projects and the things that I do. I am also, though, interested in creating relationships that benefit those that I'm involved in and with and myself. And what I see as not being fair is having folks roll up and nickel and diming each other for gigs, nickeling and diming each other for opportunities that have no legs after doing. So you only work for $100, and at the end of the day, you have no more possibilities and no more opportunities than that $100. Now, I won't name names, I won't name venues, but we've all had conversations about specific venues not respecting and not wanting to pay us what we're worth, and choosing to stay away from those venues. And I'm seeing those same folks promoting for those venues. You're not working there. You're not getting paid. And furthermore, you're doing yourself and the artist that you love so much a huge disservice by not warning them. Now, once I've properly warned you about a specific instance, you can make the conclusions that you want to make as to whether you want to continue to support those venues or not. But after I've told you and you've gone in and you've gotten screwed, why continue to get screwed? I have no idea. Had a conversation with a buddy on Twitter, and I was talking about how we have to create some type of base for funding as DJs, base for fees. So you have these other DJs who don't come in and undercut you. What happens when you undercut a professional DJ, and professional is subjective. You undercut a professional artist who has an audience, who has a draw, who has people checking for them. You lessen the value of the team. Instead of saying, well, I'm going to meet them and I know that I understand the concept of how much they make, and I'm going to raise myself to the standard of creating opportunities and creating more of an audience for myself so that I can get that number that they're asking for. We're undercutting each other. The recession says that this is necessary, and to some degree we do have to make tweaks and we do have to make changes to our fees slightly. But when you know in your heart of hearts that you're being screwed, and you know that all your friends and all of your coworkers and all of the people that you love so much are going in that door and are going to be screwed as well, and you don't say anything and you allow it, what does that say for you and the team? Are you really a team, or are you individuals? I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name venues. But what I am going to say is, if we are going to create some type of unity, if we are going to create some type of understanding about the concept of our doing to better our individual situations, we need to start looking out for the betterment of all of our situations. If we're all not going to work at certain venues and we're all not going to be nickeled and dimed for our fees, then we all need to not do that. It's just that simple. Like these people who are just the audience, who don't work behind the scenes, they may not be so privy. They don't care. They just want the music, and they just want it, and they can pay $10 or $12 or $2, or they can get it for free. But when you know that your friends are on stage, when you know that your friends are agents, when you know that your people are DJs and promoters who are lessening the quality of their work, lessening their brands, lessening their pay, paying their car notes, paying their rents to simply work in places that are just simply going to screw you and not render any more opportunities to make money, or who will cut you off in the middle of the concept of you doing based on things like race or sexuality or whatever. Why would you continue to support them? Will you sleep good at night because you got paid? Will you sleep good at night because you sold yourself out, or you sold out your brother or sister for this opportunity? I'm not sure, but I definitely know these are questions that we need to be asking ourselves about our doing, because it's feverish right now. It's feverish on a Chicago-based setting. I'm sure it's feverish in other towns and other cities to figure out how to get the numbers back without having to pay a bunch of people. That's obvious in every form of life based on the recession. But the question is how much are you worth? And how much are you getting? Is your overhead being cut? Is your underhead making sense? Your bottom line, is that coming up short? And you still taking a bunch of chances, and everybody behind you is nickel and diming and scratching and pulling and clawing at each other and not thinking about the other person to eat. We're hungry. We realize this. We're desperate. Do you realize that? Do you realize that we're undercutting each other and our desperation is showing based on our actions? Well, I don't really care because my rent's due and my car note's due and these people after me and they ain't trying to hear all that, so I just got to do what I got to do. Fuck that. I get it. I so get it. I am totally making alterations and tweaking my machines and slimming down things in order to prepare myself for these opportunities that are slowly seeping in and asking me to do more work and getting paid less. But I have faith. Sometimes tested, but I have faith, and I also have a firm belief that I get what I deserve, and that I know my worth, and that I have to hold out for my worth. If the negotiations on the table are equal and fair, then negotiations can be made and everyone can come out happy. But if you're asking one person to completely mute themselves, to completely cut off their audience, and settle for little pay, what is the worth? Oh, but you still get to play. You still get to play. What is the problem? That's all you want to do is play good music, right? You just play your music and don't worry about everything else. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I just want to play because I just really love to play. Oh my God, that's all I want to do, and I just need to make a little money. I just need to make a little bit of money because I gotta pay my car now. I gotta take care of these damn kids. I gotta eat. So just give me whatever you can. Give me whatever you can. Give me. I just need. Please. Lock me up and throw away the key, and I just work for free. It's kind of sad. It's sad. But that seems to be where we're going because we don't believe that we can make changes. We don't believe that we can turn the situation around and that we can create opportunities for ourselves independently, make the connections for ourselves independently that make sense for our machines, for our brands. Maybe I'm a dreamer, but I think we can, and I think we will. if we're organized, if we're unified, and if we work together. But we have to do those things. So that's my thought for today. Artists, independent contractors, musicians, DJs, producers, MCs, singers, actors, painters, drawers, creators. I know we're artists, and somewhat seems to be synonymous with being artists, are struggling artists. But we also have to create a concept that says that we know our value and we know our worth, and we're willing to allow some things to not happen in order to make way for other things, better things to happen. This is my thought on a Saturday. Fathom DJ in the building. Hoping to enlighten, inspire, and more than anything, hoping to cause you to think. Yeah. Space.